No.
Yes. Yes. Ha ha ha. Jonas.
Hello.
What kind of sandwich?
That's a fast
It's
thing.
fine.
You
Welcome
said-
everyone to the Renegade Podcast episode. I don't know, but welcome and perfect. What is that? Oh, I thought that was your
Mukbang edition.
eyeball. I glanced up and saw like I don't know how to describe what my brain was seeing, but welcome everyone. You know, it's so good to be here. I see some people I haven't seen in a while. Red Dead Panda. Thank you so much for ruining my life once again. Lexi is here as well. So good to see you as well. And Gray Monad, Jonas, and Timmy. And I think that's everyone that I saw actually chatting, whatever. So, man, it's going to be a good... I'm going to get some coffee here in a minute. That will help me. Yeah, so anyway, welcome everyone. We're here with the originals, with the usuals. Can't wait for coffee. By the way, I should be loud enough. Usually, I've been seeing people say I'm really quiet, and then I'm really stupid. So I'm trying to fix both those things. And so let's work on that together as a team, as a family. Demarco, why don't you talk first, since you're the one who's more ready to talk. So what are you gonna do, man?
No, I'm good. I'm just no. So when I started.
So, Assassin, you've been deep into RPG land, right?
Actually, no. As of recently, I've actually been playing Lysa P. I'm almost done with the game. I'm literally on the last boss. I chose not to give my heart to my lovely father, Geppetto, and he's responding by trying to kill me. So, that's fun. Yeah, don't you just love it when your parent tries to kill you? Because you don't want to give your life?
Yeah, DeMarco agrees. Yeah, well, good, man. What else you been into? Is that you're just Geppetto in and up, just getting hard?
Yep, pretty much. I'm almost there.
What?
I want to finish this game. It's gonna be probably the last game I finish this year. So, wait, what?
Nothing. Go ahead. And your Cullinane showed up. What's up, man? We're talking about
No,
hard. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, it's the last game I'm probably gonna finish this year. Maybe I'll finish another one, but you know, when you're almost there, you're trying to go across the finish line. You just want to get it done, and be happy that it's done. That's basically what it is. Because honestly, I've been trying to kill this last boss for 3 hours. I'm pretty sure I lost my voice for most of today because of it.
The same
Because
boss.
of how frustrating it is. Yes, the same boss. It's an optional boss that if I had just given my heart at the end, I would have just probably not fought this boss, but you know what, Dad? I'm not giving up my fucking heart. Because I want to be a real boy.
See, my daddy Marco approves. Well, that's good. For some reason, I thought you finished that already, but
No,
okay.
I whenever I fought a boss, I take a break because, I found out that if I try to beat my head against a wall, I'll end up hating the game, and I don't want to hate this game.
yeah, you don't want to do that.
It's really good. It's a shame that you won't play it because it has fucking puppets.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have a puppet phobia?
What's that called? What's that? Here, I'm gonna look this up. Do you have a puppet phobia? Do you have a...
What is puppet phobia? No, he just doesn't like killing robots.
Oh, it's literally called puppophobia, and I was about to make that fucking joke, and I'm so mad that I didn't. I literally was... It makes me so mad. I cannot believe that that's actually what it's called, and I was going to make a joke. Whatever. It's done now. Yeah, Jonas, I inhaled my saliva. I was like, and so you'd hate my girlfriend. Andrew's girlfriend is a puppet. My God. Well, listen, no one's gonna judge you, but but yeah, Holly, I forgot who you are. Sorry. What's been going on with you? You look, you don't have a headset on, but do you? You've been improving everything. Look at that chat.
if anybody in chat knows how to get Surface earbuds to actually connect to audio, not just microphone, holla at me. Because these doggone things are driving me bonkers. So I have a second set of earbuds because I have like 4 sets of wireless earbuds because I'm paranoid that one's gonna die while I'm out of the house. So I always have a backup set just in case.
Yep.
And then I have my regular Surface headphones, which are fantastic. I absolutely love them, but it's nice to not have the big ol' things on my head. So anyway, if anybody knows how to use Surface earbuds on a PC, let me know. But I'm good. I am taking Tuesdays and Wednesdays off for the rest of the year because I had time to burn that I had to use this year. And my office days are Monday through Wednesday. Then I work from home Thursday, Friday. And I'm like,
good choice.
why am I going to the office, bro? I don't want to go downtown. So,
Yeah.
so I'm taking Tuesdays and Wednesdays off and working on the setup and working on the cleaning up and playing games. I played some more Alan Wake 2 today.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Are you feeling it? Are you starting to like be like, okay.
I really, really like the detective part of it. Like,
Right.
I know some people didn't like it, but that's probably my favorite part.
It's really good.
It's really good. I really like that part and putting the things up on the board and doing the connection things.
Right.
I made it through Coffee World, and I'm at that boss. If that means anything to anyone. So anyway.
You might be farther than me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm on Saga's like 4th chapter, 3rd or 4th chapter, something like that. So
Okay.
anyway, that and Call of Duty, because I don't know if anybody saw my tweet, but I need therapy because Call of Duty is. And I put up Xbox did their year in review this like today. They put it up so you could actually go do it from Xbox instead of True Achievements. And Fallout
Really?
76 was my. Sorry?
From that, like their like the app or like the website?
No, the actual website. Xbox has my year in review.
Oh.
So go check it out. Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
They give you your overall hours of like how much
That's-
time you've played completely.
Oh.
and then-
no.
I know. Mine was like mine was just shy of 1,500 hours for the year.
Oh, that's not
And then
that
it
bad.
tells well it said I was in the top 5% of players like everywhere, which we're all like super gamers, so I figured that counts like the casuals who turn on their their Xbox 3-4 times a year, right? Or
That's true. Yeah.
right.
That's fair.
But anyway, my second most played game was Fallout 76. I had like 212 hours or something like that in that. So and then
That's not
Starfield was
bad.
third.
Fallout for a Fallout game to 200 hours. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, like
Well,
that's
and
like not
I've-
crazy. is what I
I
mean.
want 76 Atlantic City just came out too, and I'm gonna go back and do more then too.
It is. I wonder if that takes place in Atlantic City.
It does. It
Oh,
does.
okay.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Alright, well,
I think
I'm excited to
just
see
like
if
the
that's,
pit, Pittsburgh, right?
right, exactly. Yeah. Shunk, called Eastwood says, my voice falls apart. Shunk. Well, that's cool. Demarco, do you have an earbud in, Demarco, or are you just hearing us?
No, I'm just hearing.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Or do you have like a skin-colored earbud?
Oh yeah, dude. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got nothing. I'm just hearing. I'm reading
That's
your lips.
cool.
That's
Look
why
at
when
that.
Assassin talks, it's gonna be pretty hard.
It is hard, because his lips are very small.
You couldn't be further from the truth there.
What?
He's like, you couldn't. I guess not. Anyway,
You couldn't be order from the truth,
you have no idea.
So I just did my year in review. My top game, no shock, is Siege. 467 hours this year. But I've played a total of 50 games this year.
I was gonna say that's not a lot. It's not. Well, that's a lot. It's not as much as I thought. Is what I meant to say. I put like 200.
Well, that's just
Starfield
this
in,
year,
like,
bro.
A week. Yeah, that's true. Marco, what's your year in review?
I don't really have one, right? Because I play mostly on Steam.
I know.
So-
I just meant. Well, doesn't Steam have something like that?
Steam
Don't they
did
have-
that too.
They do.
Yeah,
I
Steam
don't
does it
think-
too.
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet, though. I don't think you could see it.
It's in beta.
It's in.
What, are you afraid that we're gonna see you play a lot of dating sim games, DeMarco? You don't need to be shy.
Yeah, because that's why it gets put in my recommended feed. No,
Yes.
it's probably.
Date more, please.
If I had to guess, it's not out yet. But if I had to guess, looking at my library, I think most likely my top played game will probably be
Skyrim.
man. I want to say something like Jedi Survivor or Midnight Suns, actually, possibly.
Oh, I bet you it's Midnight Suns, because I know how much I put into it. I put like
a
about
lot of
100.
time into Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
I really,
Um,
really, really want that game, but I just
Which
haven't pulled the trigger
which
on it.
haven't-
I almost have as much time in Baldur's Gate 3, but Midnight Suns I played over a longer stretch of time. Baldur's Gate 3 was just all like
Right, like very dense.
Right in one go,
We're
yeah.
gonna talk
so,
about.
I don't know. Next week,
Baldur's
next week I'll be able to share them numbers and hopefully be able to talk about it. But no, the recent thing that was Beat Saber, actually, because I set my VR up again, because I always talk about how much I like VR. So
Right,
I
we talked
put
about
my
it,
money
yeah.
where my mouth is, and I set that back up, and I've been doing so a lot of Beat Saber, just like every night go down there for 30, 35, 40 minutes, just like like swiping
Dude.
around, having a great time.
It
Doing
takes
some
it out of
Ori and the
you.
Blind Forest songs, actually.
You ought to
someone did
record some-
custom Ori levels, and they're fantastic.
You ought to record some of those and make workout videos for people. And then we're going to do it 2 on the left, 4 on the right.
Ready, guys?
I was gonna do a very probably not fun, like stereotypical German voice that would definitely be found offensive
do
by
this.
some people.
Yes. Ready, guys? Go uns. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Once.
That's good, yeah.
That's good.
Keep it going. Like,
Tweet this out to all your German tweeters out there. So we can
Xers.
get Xers, Zeters, as
Zeters.
yeah, Jonas says. What the hell is it, guys? Oh, Holly, you said you want. So you haven't played Midnight Suns?
No, but I really want to, and I've really wanted to buy it, but I just was like, well, I'll just wait. It's, I've got so much in my backlog already. I'll wait till good sale. And then
Yeah.
it was like $10 at GameStop, and I was gonna go get it, and then I went, but it's the physical version, and I don't want any physical game.
Holly! What the fuck? Come on, it's fine.
Well,
Just put
no,
it in there
because
and
I
leave
have
it
a
in
ser-
there.
Well, I
You'll
have
never
a
see it
Series
again.
S. Like, I play on both my
Oh.
X and my S, and I didn't want to have to, like, be
Go from room to
delegated,
room.
right, to only... Yeah, you can't
I got
play
you.
it on the other one, right? So I've been waiting for the digital to get cheaper, but the digital doesn't really come down in price the same way the physical does, right?
I'm gonna ask chat. Well, no, I'm not gonna waste my time with a poll. Chat, physical or digital? Just tell me. Just tell me the truth. I already know what you're gonna say.
Well,
I'm
and is
usually
it-
1%.
Is it crossplay? Like, can you play on PC? And
That's a Damarco ism.
well, he doesn't have a
DeMarco-ism.
console, right?
it's Markism. What is crossplay?
Is
She's asking
Marvel
if she can
Suns.
play like the same. Like if she wanted to go from her PC.
Midnight Suns?
Yeah,
Mhm.
cross save.
Oh, I have no idea. Not on that game. I don't know.
Probably not. I would think probably not.
It's really good. You need to get it. You
Highly
need to
worth
get
it.
It's so good. And the thing is, Midnight Suns isn't just like, you don't think of it like a turn-based, like it's not like XCOM. Like they have this great formula.
I like
that
turn-based
works.
though.
No, it
So-
is turn-based, but it's like it flows
In
differently.
a different
Like
style than XCOM, it flows a lot more like a almost like an RTS in some ways.
Yeah.
Just the way that you go through it and that you cycle between your characters, and because of the card system that they utilize, it's really unique. And then it has a pretty good story to it. Nothing mind-shattering, but like it's a good, entertaining story. And the one thing I have to say that I really like about that game in particular is that you can play as any group, or like you could pick any kind of groups of heroes that you want to go into missions with, and they'll all work fine together, like especially if you're not going for the hardest difficulty. So you could just say, you know what, I like Captain America, I like Captain Marvel, I like Spider-Man, and I like Iron Man, and then you could just kind of cycle between those and go out on missions with just those characters, and you play the whole game that way. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's good.
Yeah. It's really good. And my favorite part about it is that it has like this relationship system thing like that I just did not see.
Where every single Marvel superhero, that was actually one of my least favorite parts about it, because every superhero by the end of it was like, I could never trust any of the other heroes that I've worked with for 35 plus years, but you, random dead guy that got resurrected, you're the right man that I can talk to about all this.
But you do have like these wholesome moments where Blade's like, man, I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I never thought I'd open up to somebody. And you're like standing on like the hilltop, like fishing with him, and you're like, what are we doing? I don't know.
And then your character, like, I don't know about the female, but the male is like so stoic in everything he says. So he's just like, that is most unfortunate that happened to you.
Yes, he does.
And Blade's like, I knew you were always the person like a shoulder I could cry on. And you're like,
he's like,
yes,
that is good.
You may cry now. That is acceptable. You're like, it's like playing as Spock.
Right, exactly. I am glad to confide in you. And you're like, anyway, so that was it. That was the whole show. It was Midnight Suns talk. So now let's talk about something. We're going to talk about the Game Awards, the aftermath of Game Awards. Magic is the best. Yeah, Magic. Yeah, she was awesome. Once I got her outfit that I actually liked, because she looked weird. But so the Game Awards are done now, officially done, and we've slept with them. It's time to circle back and talk about. I don't want to like lean too heavily into the topic, but we do need to talk about it, because in the heat of it, whenever we were watching the Game Awards, the more opinions that I hear people talking about how the actual dev side of it, the actual award side of it was handled, I really tend to agree, and really don't like how that was handled. But honestly, in the heat of it, I was just a little kid excited at Christmas to be seeing fun stuff. But at the end of it, I was like, that was an award show where people were like crying, okay, talking about devs because of their development cycle so long. Some people actually passed away in that time period, and they have a teleprompter that says wrap it up. Not cool. Even like the Baldur's Gate devs coming up on stage, getting emotional. That dude wore armor to the show. You know how uncomfortable he was just to get up there and then say wrap it up as he was getting emotional.
Yes,
and he was
great.
And he was apparently supposed to say like, and it's coming to Xbox tonight, right now, or whatever, and that he didn't even have time to say that. Stuff like that. So
I saw another thing that said he forgot though.
It could have been, but either way, he probably forgot because it said wrap it up, and he said, well. So in that case, it's like. So I don't know.
Fight me! I've got armor.
Right, like don't mess with that guy. He just says wrap it up, and he's like, and it's like it just pops up. Sorry. ...
But you know what's even better is, did you see the tweets after the show where Jeff Keighley acknowledged, he's like, yeah, I do agree that the teleprompter was like telling people to wrap it up too quickly, and we tried to adjust it, or we did adjust it slightly as the show went on. And then someone just copied that tweet, cut out half of it, put a ... and then just
wrap it up.
Did the screenshot that said, please wrap it up.
I was an assassin, you know this. I was watching Xbox Arrow's podcast, and so they have a segment. They added in music to where when someone continuous, they go on too long on their tangent. And Jesse, their engineer, will start playing the music, the please wrap it up music as he's talking. So funny.
Yeah, they finally got a leash to control Nick when he's talking about Sega or anything else that he really likes.
You got
Like,
really,
wrap it up.
really loud. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that was really loud. Sorry, chat. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Assassin, you remember. It was good. It was funny. So let's just try to make this quick. Does anyone disagree that they thought that's fine? The awards section. Does anyone think, oh, well, I can see both sides, or are we all pretty much in agreement?
I think the solution, honestly, is just it needs to be a 2-day show. And that's not to say that you do like reveals on one day and then awards on the other day, because I think the reason why the Game Awards does get as much viewership, the reason why the Game Awards gets as much viewership as it does is because of the reveals that they have. That's practically speaking. It's why things like the Oscars and Emmys and all those other award shows for TV is kind of, they're doing worse and worse every year, but the Game Awards keeps growing and growing. So I would say that you need to just have kind of a healthy balance of both on either side. And then you could do some of the awards one day and then some of the awards another day. But it gives you more time to breathe so that you can have those special moments. And on top of that, hopefully isn't a 4.5-hour show.
Yeah. That's a good way. Oh, yeah. Jonah says, I honestly think they should split the event. There's simply too many trailers and commercials in comparison to awards to make it flow well. Just have them be 2 parts. Yeah. First do awards, then the concerts, break, and then do the trailers. Yeah. And I think maybe what they're worried about is retention. If they do 2-day awards, they're I feel like people would already assume that day 2 is when the big stuff happens. Therefore,
well, it costs a lot
one
more too. I mean,
right.
You have to rent a place twice.
Yeah.
You have to get all those people to come back twice.
You're flying people in. Yeah. It's
and
a
also,
lot of money.
I think
also
they should
consider
separate
as well, it is retention, but also you can't just say, okay, we're going to do all of the... You cannot say we're going to do all the announcements, then we're going to do the shows, then we're going to do the awards. Because then, absolutely, it's going to be a problem with retention, because a lot of people won't care as much about the awards. So it still needs to have that flow, but this year was not ideal. But you know what the issue is, though, is it's very clear when Hideo Kojima gets 10 minutes to talk about literally nothing. I'm sorry, it was nothing, as excited as I am for that project.
Or Anthony Mackie's no, yeah, whoa.
You know, it was just 10 minutes of Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele complimenting each other. It was really what it came down to, and I didn't need to see that. I wanted to see Swen accept his award and speak to that.
But Jeff did.
Jeff did. You see, he was holding his hand behind his back. He's yeah. He was so happy.
I think they should honestly just do it in one night, but just start with the award show. Don't tell people when you anticipate it to end, right? Because there's going to be a lot of people that will just tune in later, but at least everyone getting an award gets their moment. And then you just start the video presentation of all of the different things that are coming out. I think you need to modify what categories. Maybe you need to cut some of the categories down. Or like the Oscars do for the things for Foley artists and those things that a lot of people don't necessarily know about or necessarily are interested in, but they deserve an award for what they're doing, right? They do that on a separate night before the Oscars even happen at a banquet, right? So maybe they should just do a luncheon thing or something that day for all of the ones that aren't the Big 10, right? And just do the Big 10 at the show. Start with that. Maybe sprinkle a few in here and there. Maybe do 2, then do a bunch of trailers. Do 2, do a bunch of trailers. That kind of thing. So that at least it does sort of cut it down. And it keeps the ones that most people are interested in. If you're there to watch a bunch of trailers for single player games and all of the other stuff that's coming out, you probably don't necessarily care who the esports athlete is of the year, right? Or what team it is that won whatever, right? You probably don't care. And I know that they do those fast and they do those kind of at different points, but it's still taking up time that probably isn't necessary. I don't know.
Listen, I would argue you could probably get rid of like the entirety of the esports category, and no one would miss it.
No, nobody
I
cares.
say
They have
nobody,
their
that's-
own thing, right?
I know
They
that's
have
not
those...
true. Yeah, do some esports stuff. You know, do it at an esports event. Like have for people who
Do
care
it at the
about
Halo
esports,
tournament or the
do a
COD
League of
tournament.
Legends
Yeah.
tournament, or do a Halo or anything, and then also
Siege
simultaneously
finals.
pair that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like just pair that with the esports awards, and you say best player goes to this for the year, and blah blah blah. But that whole category can probably go. And then on top of that, you know, this year you just had an issue with announcements. A lot of things were not ready to show. I mean, even to be honest, and I know we're gonna talk about this later, but even Blade did not necessarily need to be announced just this year. And I know I'm excited as all hell for that one. Like, that was probably one of my favorite surprises of the whole show, and even I will admit, I don't know if that one needed to be there this year. Like, it wasn't clearly gonna be a long time. The tweet that came after that was saying something along the lines of, you know, an official tweet from Bethesda said that the development has just started on that game.
Yes.
So it's going to be 4 or 5 years before we see it. It did not need to get announced, and that was one of my favorite surprises there. But
I completely agree. I don't want to know about a game until it's like less than a year out from release. Yeah, I want my gleam and my glang time.
Speaking of which, shout out to Arkane Realm who jumped in. He put out this great reaction video of us. I want to see an edit where Blade Glam is left in though. It was so
He
good.
was being nice to me, all right?
I know he will. I know. So I was like, oh, he did it on purpose because he didn't want to. I totally get it, but I thank you so much, Arkane, for doing that. That was so nice of you to do. It was really. I love the edit. I love it. I love how like he did it. He did the edit so on point. Like each time someone would gasp or something, he was like on it. Like Assassin was like, and it was like gasp, like right as I can't like describe the video. You guys got to go check it out.
It was really good.
Yeah, I
It's on
tweeted it
Twitter.
out. It's on. Yep, it's on Twitter. And yeah, so thanks again, man, for doing that. I love that. And
Arkane Realm.
Shut up, bro.
Sorry, just one quick promo for him
Yeah.
too. He did a video that Assassin tweeted and I retweeted too, about Blade and
Yes.
some of the interesting stuff. So everybody should go watch that on his channel too.
Yes, he pointed out some stuff about Blade that that I didn't know. So that's awesome. Which got me really excited. Stuff that I just didn't. Yeah. Very, very excited for Blade. We're talking about Blade. Do you guys want to talk about Blade since we're already talking about Blade?
hell yeah, let's talk about Blade.
All right,
can
we can
always talk
circle
about
back.
Blade.
Yeah, because we can circle back around to stuff out of the Game Awards because I feel like we all pretty much agree about how that was handled, and I don't like to get too political on the show, like I say all the time, but I'll just say that I hope they figure it out. I think in comparison, this still was the best Game Awards in comparison, but that's not. I'm glad that we have a Game Awards. I'm not being ungrateful. I'm like it sucked, you know. I don't know how the hell to do it better, so I'm not saying I know any better, but so hopefully they. I think they've been doing better.
He took a lot of flack. I think he'll do something next year.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
As a showcase for games, it did very well, but as an award show, it was not good at all. Like, I agree with you guys in the esports category, that doesn't really need to be there. In my opinion, Content Creator of the Year doesn't need to be there either. Like, you could definitely cut out some of the fluff when it comes to the award show, and maybe put a couple of awards, like, in the pre-show. But
Well, they do that. They actually do.
yeah, they do. I just think they need to add, like, one or two more. But there are definitely some decisions that just bogged my mind once I thought about it. Why? So audio design gets someone to go up there and accept the award in a speech, but music doesn't. I feel like more people would be more inclined to music than audio design, but maybe that's just me. But other than that, yeah, there's some things that need to be changed.
They also cut it too, right? Because I distinctly remember in years before where every single like song that was nominated had its own thing, right? It was like a big deal, and I know we saw some, but I don't know, maybe I just was too glamed out. I don't know. Like maybe I missed some, but like I really only remember seeing like the Asgard guys, the Hellblade one, which and it's not even up for an award, right? And then one other. I don't know. I guess I just felt like in the past you've seen a lot of award show stuff in between.
Yeah.
And this year, I don't remember any award show stuff. I just remembered.
Do you guys think that they should cut out the music too? Like, with the exception of the Game Awards orchestra at the very end, did we really need on-stage performances for Final Fantasy and Alan Wake? Like, did we really have to?
I actually liked it for once because they finally had like game-centric music. Not for once. They've done that before, but we're talking like
Imagine Dragons
Imagine
walking out
you
on the stage.
literally said what I was about to say. When they have Imagine Dragons up there, I'm just like,
Which no, for what it's worth, Imagine Dragons did do like those guys love League of Legends, for example. So they're big gamers, so they love this stuff too. In their
Maybe,
defense.
maybe they should just leave it. Like, you know, now that I know we're gonna jump topics here with this, but like, now that E3 is officially dead forever and ever and ever, like, Keighley, the first year when COVID hit, right, and E3 actually were they even there in 2019? I don't remember, but for sure, right, 2020 there was no E3, and Keighley is like, I'm ready, right? Like he was already kind of doing like Summer Games Fest a little bit, right, and then really stepped in and took it up. And now, you know, I was joking this today, and I said he was like the Kool-Aid man busting through. Oh yeah, right? Like now it's like that's his thing. He's like, that's my time slot. I got both now. I've got summer and I've got December. So like maybe he should figure out a way to break up the awards over the two or something like that, right? I don't know, but he's got 2 opportunities now every year to kind of figure it out.
yeah. We'll see how it evolves over time. And over time, speaking of Blade Glame, so dumb. I love it. So, let's talk about Blade. Oh God. Okay, so let's let Arkane, if Arkane could tell us. We don't know too much about. We know that the game is set in Paris, because that's where not because the developer Dinga Bakaba, yeah, that's his home of Paris. So that's where they said it. Lyon. Yeah, and that's what I always call Leon from Resident Evil. Leon. Shout out to Trace, my friend Trace. He's probably not here, but so anyway, that's a really cool, because it's very like, when you think of like Paris and vampires, you're like, ooh, that's kind of sexy. Like you think about like New Orleans or something like Vampire the Masquerade or something like very gothic and sexual. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just that game. That's it. I don't know. Vampires in general, I guess. So Paris seems to match. I love that idea. I also love in the trailer, because I watched it again a few times. When it shows when the light's coming into the barbershop, the light on the floor is an upside down cross, and I didn't notice that at first. I thought that was really cool. Little stuff like that. I also love that Blade's glasses look a little bit different, which that shouldn't be indicative of how, you know, that's just like the default look. You know that you're going to have suits because it's a superhero game, so that's exciting. We're going to get the Blade 98 suit, or 99 suit. Is it 90? It's 99, right? Oh God. Help. What year, chat?
You're
what year did the first? What year did the first Blade movie come out? Yes. What year did the first Blade movie come out? Pretty sure it was 98. Pretty sure. Watch it be like 96 or something. So anyway, Anyway, I loved everything about the trailer. Let's see, Assassin, you're the youngest here. What do you, or at least I think you are, Damarco. What do you think as someone who, I was too young to remember, Jonas, 98. I was right. The first thing I said was 98. Pretty sure.
I was just born then.
There you go. So, as someone who was born in '98, Assassin, what do you want to see out of a Blade game? Have you seen the movies?
No.
Do you know what Blade's about though? Like, do you know enough to not to know? Like,
I know that he's basically half human, half vampire. He has a hatred of vampires. That's basically all I know.
okay. Do you know what they call him? His
The
nickname?
Daywalker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Daywalker.
Because he can go out in the sun,
Because
and other vampires can't.
It's really creative.
You gotta go watch the first movie, Assassin.
You do.
have
It is
to.
awesome, especially that first opening scene. Oh man, it's so
Uh-huh.
good.
The music in that room.
Jonas,
I have
Jonas
seen
literally
clips of
just
it on
said it. Too
YouTube.
young
I
to
know about the
experience
club scene.
90s blood rave. Yes, the 90s.
I
Blood
do
rave
know
is
about
good.
the club scene where he walks
Okay.
in, all the vampires are in the club.
and they're all like,
Something about ice
Yeah.
skating uphill or something, I think.
it's fun, and it's Wesley Snipes. And like now that Wesley Snipes has done Blade, every iteration of Blade, it's like Wesley Snipes, especially in Midnight Suns. It's just Wesley Snipes. Like, it's so good. And whoever voices Blade in that game is so good. The voice actor for this, we've only heard him he only says like, "It's all right, I don't bite, motherfucker." But he sounded like younger. He didn't have like as much bass in his voice.
Don't take that too serious though. Like that's gonna be the voice, because actually Colt from Deathloop was supposed to be the guy who played Lee in The Walking Dead, and his voice actor
Oh.
got changed.
Bro, I love that voice actor. So what is his name?
The original voice for Colt
Oh
in
my
Deathloop
God.
was Lee from The Walking Dead, and it changed.
And if you guys know, that voice actor is amazing. Like, I'm so mad that I don't know his name, but he's been in a lot of stuff, and he is so damn good. He's
he's
good.
great. He's
Clementine.
awesome. I love him. I love it. He has an iconic voice, and you know, that's not saying anything against the new voice actor who took his place, because honestly, the new guy might have just been better for the role for reasons, you know, especially because Colt kind of had this very comedic approach. Maybe Lee couldn't capture that same motion. I don't know the reasoning. Maybe it just was too expensive. I don't know the reason, but
it's funny that you say that, because I feel like they wouldn't that the time isn't now for voice acting yet. They're so early on in development. So I did sort of think about it, like maybe that's just like someone in the team was like, hey, can you say a line, and like, sure. You never know. Sorry, let me catch up on chat. God, I don't want to miss anyone. Let's see. There's only so much I can. Arkane said there's only so much I can type about Blade, which is why I wish I could be there to talk with you. Yeah, we'll get you on sometime, man. Don't worry. Arkane Realm, he wants to be on. We want him to get on, but he's trying to sort out some work scheduling. He says the catacombs have to be in the game, otherwise it's such a missed opportunity. Jonas says to experience.
Oh yeah,
too young
completely
to
forgot about
experience
that. The
the 90s
Catacombs of
blood rave.
Paris. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got to
play a
incorporate.
so
Yeah,
There
they
is
had
one
to
using
incorporate
it
that.
to like an underground base.
Umbra says,
Yeah?
I hope they don't make Blade too jovial. He should be a bit more serious overall. And I'm pretty sure Arkane actually has some inside stuff. I say inside. But I think there was a tweet that Arkane sent out where he was saying that it needs to take on a more mature tone. Like, it needs to be an M-rated, Blade take. And that was, not indicative, but that was liked by some of the staff at Arkane Lyon. So I know in this day and age, usually when you see that, it's and Arkane Realm has Dinga and Sebastian Maton and Dana Nightingale all on speed dial basically. So
And
he's
Harvey
best friends
Smith.
with all of them. I've seen it. They hang out and go to coffee shops together when they're in the States. So
Go to Hookahbaz.
so,
To be.
so
That's how you say
yeah,
it most of it.
it's going to be a more serious take on it as well.
Yeah, which I do hope, because you can have superheroes like that are really that have that stoic energy. For example, like Geralt. For example, Geralt. His
Oh, he's saying it
it's-
was about the film for the MCU.
It
Never
was
mind.
about the film. Well, either way, Blade as a character should not be cracking jokes left and right, because like even like Wesley Snipes, it was the '90s, and it sort of fit the tone of the '90s. Like if you watch those movies, but he still wasn't cracking jokes all the time. He was more of like a smart ass a lot of the times, but he was still pretty serious because what he does is pretty. You know, he's not punching people. I'll say that. Well, he does, but they'll explode.
Yeah, it was Geralt versus every Marvel movie ever.
Literally, yeah.
Every modern Marvel movie.
Right.
So
There's
you're
a lot of-
saying he should be more like Dante from Devil May Cry, just complete snarky smartass, but serious in the most different moments.
He has a lot of
No, no,
self-hatred
right.
though too. So
Yeah.
you know, a character that has a lot of self-hatred isn't necessarily running around cracking jokes and trying to find the good in every situation, right? Like that's not
Right.
their
Yeah.
it's not their MO.
That's a really good point, Holly. Blade's got so much like shit in his past and things that he's mad about, and like with like his for people who don't know, I won't spoil, but like, you know, just family stuff and all
Yeah, he
that.
fought Dracula. That's harrowing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like that's stuff like that kind of mess you up. But as far as like what he has to like deal with on a day-to-day basis, because Blade does need blood, that's like the one weakness. He has all of their strengths, none of their weaknesses except the thirst. Isn't that like one like the opening line of the movie? I think I remember. So he still deals with the thirst. There's like there's a lot of room for really serious moments in the game, and I can't wait for them to capitalize on that. I hope that they do, and I have faith. A lot of people were talking about, I want to know what you guys thought about, Arkane's known for its specific art style. Now for me, what we saw in this trailer, again, it's far off. Again, what we saw in this trailer in comparison to, you know, let's say Dishonored art style, it looked more like Redfall. It didn't look like that type of art style.
Well, they've switched to Unreal now, haven't they? So they were using Void Engine, and now they're using Unreal. So they're able to kind of capture the look, but not the same way. Like,
See though that the red
Wait, so both Arkane Studios are using Unreal? Because I thought Austin was using Unreal and Leon was still using the Void Engine. Because wasn't Deathloop on the Void Engine?
Deathloop was on Void, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't mean that they aren't moving on for this next project.
Okay. Holly, what were you?
Well, I was gonna say you're right. Like Arkane has a specific art style, and even though like Dishonored, you know, has a very specific look, you can see all of the DNA of their likeness of characters in Redfall. Even though, you know, it's a different color palette, it's a different tone, but the character models still have that
Exaggerated
that
features.
arcaneness,
That's
right?
a good way to
They have very
exaggerate the features.
exaggerated, very pronounced.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you could,
features.
they do, and you could see that in Blade too. Like even just in that little, you know, half snippets that we were seeing, you still see Arkane's imprint on the characters. And honestly,
Yeah.
like before I played Dishonored, I was like, I don't know about the art style, right? Like, because art style for me can kind of turn me off. Even before I play stuff, like I don't like Fortnite, and I don't want to play Fortnite because I honestly like the art style drives me nuts. But like, which is so silly, right? I'm sure it'd be a great time, whatever. But
Yes.
before I played Dishonored, I was like, I don't know. And then they just show these screenshots of things, right? A lot of times in pictures, and it could be off-putting to people, but once you play it and you see how it works with the environment, with the story and all of the stuff, right? You really fall in love with it. That's my
Right.
opinion
It sort of
on
becomes like an afterthought. Like I thought this would bother me, but
it
I'm
becomes
loving it.
endearing, right? Because it is.
That's a good
now.
way to. Yeah. That's a much smarter way to say things.
I actually, I don't know if Arcane will agree with this, but I actually think they are leaning too far in the other direction. And maybe this is just because I'm an Arcane purist, but I genuinely think that I I can appreciate the art style of Dishonored 2 more than I can appreciate the art style of what we saw in, say, Deathloop or even Redfall, for that matter.
100%.
And I think, I don't know if it was because they switched engines, but I'm very curious if sticking with Void Engine would have been an like if that was possible to remain with Void Engine, or if it completely outlived its usefulness and they could not make the games they wanted to anymore on it.
Yeah, that's true too, because I think that engine being named after Dishonored, it was sort of like, like whenever a studio makes their first big game, day before, they don't know where it's gonna go, and so that engine being created and used for Dishonored specifically, they didn't know if they're ever gonna go beyond that, So, and Arkane says, don't know what engine will be used for Blade, but I'm agreement, Damarco. I think Unreal is likely. A lot of studios are going to Unreal, and I think it's great. I mean, Unreal looks unreal. I mean, it looks well, or real. It looks crazy. Like, there are some demos that I'm seeing out there that are insane. So I think a lot of studios are going to go that way. From what I've heard, Unreal, in comparison to other engines, is really easy to work with. We just saw CD Projekt Red is going with Unreal as well for The Witcher, and I guess the Cyberpunk 2079 or whatever. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see with the final product, but I hope that they get the character tone right. Arkane
cool
also says,
oh, go on.
Sorry, I just don't want to miss. He just says, I think Stoic is the way to go for his characterization. I don't want to see Blade saying, well, that just happened. Yeah, that's true. Can you imagine? He says, like, he has like the one-liners. Like, he'll do something crazy and be like, that sucks, or something like that. Like, that's like how Blade does. And
wow,
then
you should write Blade.
I should be Blade. Did I just become Blade?
with that writing? That sucks.
That sucks. Yeah, exactly. Well, because vampires,
What a unique, interesting perspective into the character.
I actually, speaking of sucking, I showed my friend, and I made a timestamp of it, of Damarco and I playing Baldur's Gate 3 and Asterion. Well, let's just say there's a vampire in the game, and there's a line that Damarco says. He goes, "Do you enjoy him sucking you?" It's literally how he said it, and I was violated because I trusted him. Is all I'll say. And I got.
Yeah, remember when you got one of your favorite when you got one of the characters killed because you didn't know what you were doing? Damarco walked away for a minute, and then he came back and that character was dead.
That was it, right? When I was getting sucked.
Oh god, yeah.
He sucked me to death.
Yeah, I was watching that. Damarco came back and like, why is this person dead? What happened while I was gone?
And I come back and he's like, "Oh, are you okay? I didn't know you have to hurt you or whatever." I was like, "You didn't know? I trusted you." So anyway, tangent, but Baldur's Gate. So yeah, vampires.
Game of the year. It's worthwhile to talk about.
Game of the year. Yes, we are going to talk about that.
There was a video where this girl just called out, like, it was getting shared around Twitter. I shared it. This girl was just explaining all of the different styles just within the opening chapter of the game, all the different things you can do and how many variations of players and how they solve things. I know Larian games because I've played Divinity 2. I played a lot of Divinity 2, and I didn't know half of this crap was possible in Baldur's Gate 3. And she's like, "Oh, these guys went and poisoned, and these guys got the goblins drunk, and these guys did this, and these guys did that, and they did all," and it's so infinite, just pure infinite possibilities of combinations of events just within this tiny opening section of the game, like the first chapter of the game. And I was watching this and I went, God damn. And that's why Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year, because it has that much in it.
It has, like, when you jump in,
it's crazy.
When you jump in, you're like, I believe that anything could happen. And so your mind, like, goes in this, like, this cone that just expands,
and it
like,
encourages it too. It's so satisfying that the game doesn't punish you for playing a certain way. It's like, oh, you want to blow up the entirety of the goblin camp? Like, go for it. Go blow them up with oil barrels. Go blow everyone up.
that.
The person
Yeah,
you're
that
supposed
video.
to save, blow him up too. Like, do whatever you want. And it doesn't punish you for doing any of that. But at the same time, it doesn't punish you, but you still feel the... So you might feel punished, but it doesn't punish that you're... Does that make sense? It doesn't punish a particular play style, but it does punish you for like, you might feel punished for doing something a certain way because you don't get the result you wanted.
Right. And it doesn't ask you to like reload because you screwed a quest or something.
Well, no, it doesn't punish you, but it punishes you. That's the way to say it.
Right. You as the player, you're like, shit, now I gotta live with that. You know?
You said punish 15 times.
Now I want a Punisher game by Arkane. Sorry, let me catch up here. Arkane says the problem with Void is that it's based on, at this point, super old version of ID Tech. Oh, that's right. I knew that. The engine developed by id Software. Yeah. And Lexi says Void engine was terrible, but it was based on the... Oh, and then Lexi, she says the same thing. Yes. Also explains why the Void engine tended to launch buggy. Yeah. Now if they were using... Oh, they're going on about... Arkane says, my little bro actually mentioned a combo that sounds incredible. What do you mean? Like nacho cheese flavor combos or... Oh, that's right. I did hear about that. Yeah, id Software and Punisher. Yeah, who said that? Where the hell did I hear that recently? I heard it on a show.
That was Xbox era.
Was it Xbox?
One of the
Okay,
yeah. One of the people in chat said, "Why doesn't id Software make a Punisher game?" And Nick pointed it out, brought it to the panel.
Amazing.
Honestly, why hasn't that idea been brought up to id? Like, hey, you want to do Punisher? You did such a great job with Doom.
They would do
right
like,
with the Punisher, yeah.
Yeah, like everyone thought that the Coalition would be a good pick, but hey, id Software's there. Like maybe they want to do it, or maybe not. I don't know. That's completely up to them. Anyway, back to Blade.
Yeah, so Blade. So let's do this, and then I want to bring something up. An exclusive. My first opportunity to say I have talked to. I know it's something, but what do we want?
Tease?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know something for the first time ever. So what kind of game do you guys want to see? I'll just say what I want to see, and maybe you guys will agree. Stealth for one. We gotta have stealth of some kind in the game. We know that Arkane does this great play your way kind of thing. Like that doesn't happen if the game is all combat.
They did say action
combat. They did
immersive sim.
Immersive sim does not equate to stealth though. That's a misconception.
Right, but I'm just speaking on Arkane, just what they do so well. And when you think about play your way type gameplay, stealth has to be in there because of your approach to a combat scenario at the very least. So even if there wasn't stealth per se, like all the way, there has to be something there, like how you, I don't know.
I'd like to see it like Hitman.
It's just like Dishonored, you know,
like Hitman.
Low chaos or high chaos, right? Like you can choose which one, you know, which path you're gonna go. I think, you know, they'll have the same sort of system with this. It's like one of the iconic things in my head from the movie is, remember when Blade drops behind the vampire, you don't hear his feet hit the ground or anything, and then he rises up behind him, and then he just starts, like,
yes,
like it's amazing, right? And I'm like, that is Blade, right? Like he is silent, he is the night, right? All of that stuff, right?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
He also comes in with his, and remember in the bloodbath thing, he flicked his thing and it like went around the room and like
started just fucking everybody up in a circle.
It's like the
and he's like shink, and he's like shoop, and it sticks it. Oh my god, Blade is so fucking cool. Yeah, that's so true. You guys need to go watch the movie. Anyone in chat, if you're young enough or old enough. Lexi
Even if
said
you're
Blade
not
is a
just
character
watching.
you can only do in a linear style. I think what we're thinking is like think like
It'll probably
like
be
Last of
open
Us.
world. They said that the city was going to be a walled-off Paris,
oh shit. Well,
so
there
it'll
you go.
probably be an open world Paris, but it's walled off. And Arkane actually makes a good point in terms of the map. I could actually imagine it being similar to like an Arkham City type situation.
Right. Yeah, Lexi said same as Wolverine. That's what I was going to bring up, that Wolverine was also rumored to be the same as like which maybe it won't be, but the Wolverine was going to be similar to like Last of Us, where it's like you have these big open sections, but after you progress past that section, you're on to the next big open area, and it sort of moves linearly, but it's not like we're sort of past that with AAA games being corridor. For the most part, horror games sort of tend to thrive in that environment, but Evil Within 2 also was corridor linear for the most part, but it had big open areas in between that were like semi-open world. So that sounds awesome. Walled off Paris, so you're sort of going around cleansing Paris. I can see that. That'd be really cool. Okay, all right. So, any other thoughts on Blade as far as how the game is, gameplay?
I just hope that this is Arkane's opportunity to thrive in a narrative sense. Because they're working with an established IP and character, I really, really desperately hope, because storytelling has not been their strong suit, historically speaking. I think Prey is a really good example, but that was Arkane Austin. Right, and of course, people, their teams work with one another, but, Deathloop was good, but it wasn't on the same scale as, I would say, something like Guardians of the Galaxy, for kind of a closer one-to-one example of the level of storytelling that I would hope. But I think that this is a strong opportunity for them to really excel in that area. I would love to see it.
Yeah. Look, there's a big talk about Blade, where it's coming, what platform it's going to be on.
It's exclusive.
It is exclusive.
I answered the question for you. There's your exclusive.
There's
take.
my hot.
There's your
news
exclusive
bit.
take. It is going to be exclusive.
I have talked to people.
Arkane Realm does not think it is. Just his gut feeling, he doesn't think it is. But,
so Arkane, let me tell you, Palpatine, let me tell you as well. I have it on good authority that I can tell you that it's exclusive to Xbox and PC, is what I can say. Come back to this episode when the game releases, and I'll timestamp this, and you can tell me how right I was, and how Damarco was, and how everyone else was. I think what was funny about this, and Lexi, Xbox exclusive Marvel game. I'm kidding about the fanboyism. Yeah, no, it's fine. We get it. I'm sure you guys saw this too. All the videos of people not on the Xbox platform getting all excited about Blade, and then when they heard that they came to the realization that it was only on Xbox, and now it's gonna suck all of a sudden. Which I love that. I love that so much. I can't play Spider-Man 2, but I would love to play it. It looks awesome. I would fucking love to play that. If Blade was exclusive to...
If you buy a PlayStation.
If I bought a PlayStation. And the thing is, That's
it.
I bought my PlayStation to play exclusives. Because my home is on Xbox. There's people just don't like video games. It's like you just like the box. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get into that whole.
You just like the symbols and everything.
The symbolism. Yeah. So I don't know.
My startup sound is cooler than your startup sound.
Exactly. Mine goes.
I'm
my
not gonna
controller,
lie.
I can blow into it.
Yeah. My controller blows me.
I will say
because it does.
The
actually.
PlayStation controller.
Doesn't the?
is
Doesn't the controller
better.
blow air? I don't know.
No, it's not. No, wait.
Not
the
really.
The haptic feedback is cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
cool.
like the
No.
microphone in it. I never liked the microphone in it. And
Yeah, I wear
think
headphones
that
anyway.
Xbox ones are more comfortable. But they
Yeah.
put cool features in the DualSense.
I think
I
the
bet it
Xbox
only has
is
a
the
2-hour
superior
battery.
controller. Like
Well,
even
Well then,
I have
Well, you have a
my
right to be
Xbox
wrong.
Here. When I play on PC, I play mostly with an Xbox controller. But I genuinely, if you just sit with a PlayStation controller, it starts to feel better very quickly.
now wait a minute.
Specifically
Wait,
the
hold up.
DualSense 5.
Okay.
Hold up. You say that the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller is the better controller. Why don't you use it when you're playing on PC?
Because I don't have the Xbox Series console. I only have a PS5. So that controller is where the PS5 is, and it stays where the PS5 is. Versus
Okay,
this,
but you
which
can
is
buy a
expendable.
PS5 controller, and you can give back the Xbox controller to GameStop.
They're very heavy, Assassin. He doesn't wanna
Because this
carry
is
it.
worth literally nothing to GameStop.
It's actually worth $25.
That's
Believe
not
me,
the
I
price
used to
of a
work there.
controller.
Yeah, his controller's
It's better
like
than
$70
it's better
now.
than nothing.
No,
It's better
just-
than nothing, Demarco.
DeMarco, do you
Eventually,
play
I'll
with
get
it
a second
plugged in?
DualSense, but
Do you play wireless or do you play plugged in?
this I don't is this I don't know, is this a Bluetooth version? If it is, I play wired anyway, but
It's a
They're all
Bluetooth.
they
You
should.
play
all
wired
Bluetooth, I'm
anyway.
pretty sure.
oh, well, I play wired, so
Okay.
I was just curious because one of the frustrations I have with my DualSense is like the battery, even from when they were new, the battery is like 3 hours long, and then it's like derping at me, right, about needing to be plugged in. But that's my biggest complaint about a PlayStation controller is they just don't put a great battery in them.
I can't speak
Yeah.
to the Xbox controller.
Well, they have the double A's, so
Oh,
you
gotcha.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just yeah.
Battery life on the
But-
Xbox controller is a lot better than the PlayStation
And-
one.
Yeah.
Well, the Elite, and I use Elite controllers, and those things last 2-3 weeks every day.
Yeah, the
use.
PlayStation
Right.
controller battery is kind of crap. I
Yeah,
just end up
plus,
playing with that plugged in anyway too, so
Okay.
I don't like feeling vibration in my hand, and the fact that the DualSense automatically makes vibration a priority when you're playing their games is just turns me off it a lot.
Do you
That's
turn
why I
yours
went all the
off?
way into the setting. I turn
turn it off?
vibration off. I always do. I do not like the feeling of my hands shaking. I don't know why, but my hands are super sensitive. I just don't like that feeling at all.
That's interesting. I find it
Plus,
hard
when
to
I was
not play
playing-
without it.
Plus, I prefer just playing normally when it comes to games like COD. Like, I remember playing Cold War with the DualSense. I thought my controller was broken when I first played it. I was like, wait, why is it so hard to pull the... Oh, that's right. They made it realistic. I absolutely hate that. I just don't like it.
I like
I don't like the haptic
haptics a lot.
feedback.
I like the gimmicks though. I am a gimmick person. You can sell me on gimmicks. It is a gimmick, but I like
They
it.
did a good job with the haptics. The haptics are good. They are.
To each their own, but still, I just prefer the Xbox controller because that one doesn't force vibration on my hands a lot, whereas the DualSense does.
I figured
But
that was
yeah.
just like an option
Anyway.
in the games, but yeah, Palpatine
Yeah.
says can't do FPS with vibration. I know a lot of my friends, Call of Duty friends, are like, I cannot do it. It just it's so distracting. I like it because I'm an immersion person, so I like being tortured.
And Andrew Cullinane, Chad, yeah, I also agree with that. Nothing takes me
Yeah.
out of a game more than having my controller vibrating.
Yeah,
That's also
I
true.
have
yeah.
because I have the Elite 2, so I can go in and customize it. I actually have my vibration is always on, but it's on like 20% or something like that. So it's not as like whenever I'm playing, it's not terribly distracting. What the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, and Blade's coming to Xbox. It's an exclusive for PlayStation. Or oh my god, excuse me, for PC. I'm so sorry. PC and Xbox.
Nice,
and
genius.
That's from a. That's a fact, is what I'll say. So there you go. And it looks.
Can we
like-
talk about one last thing about Blade?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the necessary but still surprising choice of going third person for Blade than first?
Yes, thank you. Tell me about it, girl.
I was just saying, like, when I think of Arkane, I always think of their games being first person, but having Blade be third is just, like I said, necessary but still surprising. I just, when you play an Arkane game, you get that feeling, I guess, because it's first person, but because it's third, like, how is Arkane gonna manage that? Like, I know they have the technology to do it, but still, I can't
really think
imagine
it'll
playing
play
a third-person
like
Arkane game.
Supernatural Hitman.
He is.
Yeah,
supernatural.
maybe.
I know. Well, that's what
But
I'm
he's
saying.
not
Like,
a
it'll be
Hitman,
like
but still, yeah.
play Hitman, and then just imagine that you could, kind of teleport around and do typical Arkane stuff.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I meant Hitman is supernatural. He's not supernatural. He's superhuman, but I was making a joke. But now that I know what you thought I said, yes, also. Yeah, Blade first person would be, I'd be like throwing up everywhere. Yeah, go ahead.
I just find it ironic that one of the main complaints that Xbox players have been saying over the past few years, like, we don't have a third-person over-the-shoulder type game that PlayStation does, and if you look at their lineup, now they have Fable, Hellblade, South of Midnight, and now we can add Blade and Indiana Jones to that list, so, hey, you guys got what you wanted. More...
Yeah.
You got those over-the-shoulder type games, but will they be the typical Sony Sad Dad Simulator type of games? Is that what Xbox players have been wanting? Or will it just be actual games?
I think that we'll see. I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a mix of, when it comes to like the combat, at least it'll be like a mix between like Arkham versus like a parry system with his gadgets and abilities and stuff like that. I mean, there's so much.
You don't think
that
it's going to
you
be
can do.
Soul style combat, do you?
Oh, I will.
Oh,
my
God,
I would
no.
be so mad.
Soul
No.
style.
I would be the first one to say Arkane Realm would be the first one I would listen to, but I'm going to jump in front of him. I would be so pissed off if that was the case. Like, no. No.
I don't think Arkane even has the.
If Dinga Bakaba came to me
I don't
and
think they have
said,
the
and whispered in my
desire
ear,
or the capacity to do it.
if Dinga Bakaba came to me and whispered in my ear, we're doing an Arkane Souls, like, I would literally look at him and just go, ha 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 ha. No, you're not. I don't think you can. I don't. That's not your style. No, don't do this to us.
But we are designing the Arkane Souls-like, merci beaucoup.
That was really good.
That was actually pretty good, but also pretty, like,
merci.
slightly,
Doudou.
sliverly offensively. Hey.
Just because you don't like it, assassin, we are making it anyway. Merci beaucoup.
Merci
gotta throw
beaucoup,
in the
assassin.
kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick the camera. What I
I think
will
that's
say,
the question more to Arkane Realm, though, about a Souls-like type from Arkane. Like, yeah, there he is in chat. No.
No, Damarco. Jonas says
He's
Damarco
like,
went
no.
full baguette on us. Wait,
Even
what do you
Lexi's like, no.
Never go full baguette to Marco.
mean?
No.
How are you guys pronouncing baguette in chat? I just want to know. No, don't answer that.
Like what?
So what I wanted to say real quick, as far as going from first to third person, one thing I want to point out that I was so surprised with. Do you guys know? Do you guys know? I mean, I'm sure you guys do. Chat. Do you guys know who developed Horizon, like the robot girl redhead game that Holly stars in?
Really?
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Gorilla?
Gorilla
Yes.
Games?
Guerrilla
Do
Games?
You guys know what they made before?
Killzone, first-person shooter.
First-person shooter. And then they made an open world third-person shooting robot. What the? So, and I've said this for a long time. We've actually talked about this before. We've talked about this many times on this show, but baguette. Okay, I got you, Jonas. I think that spreading your wings, like whenever a studio is sort of stuck in one like funnel for a long period of time, they're going to want to do other things, and I think it's really healthy for a studio to do different things, even if it's with a similar style as far as like swords and melee combat and all that stuff to do something like a third-person game, because it's sort of like bottling up a bunch of creative energy and then unleashing it onto a brand new project that everyone's really passionate about, and it happens to be in a brand new perspective that no one's used to, or maybe they want to do it, so they want to learn, so the creativity and the learning juices are ready to be to flow, or whatever. That's why I'm.
So
really
would you be
excited
okay?
Yeah.
Would you be okay if CD Projekt Red came to you and said they want to make an arcade game?
To make an Arkane game?
Arcade, like an arcade racer game. Or would you be okay if Rockstar came to you and said they'd make a horror Souls-like?
That
That would be cool. Though.
would be fun. I don't know. I want Rockstar to do anything other than what they've been doing, even though what they do is amazing. Do something new. I want a medieval open world Rockstar game. Like, holy shit. That'd be sick.
I'd
Like
actually be okay with that too, yeah.
I would look forward to that more than GTA 6.
Visceral, like everything that you know Rockstar for, except for like the satire would have to be toned down a bit with the it'd be like a real dark high fantasy.
Nah, fuck the satire. Bring on medieval British France satire from
We're
the
getting Fable,
1200s.
so it'll be fine. Anyway,
Yeah, but Playground
Anyway.
is not Rockstar.
so speaking of developers doing things, well, let's talk about something when developers do something not well at all and then shut down immediately after launching.
Are we really gonna talk about that? Oh no.
I'm just laughing. Sorry.
When you started the show and you do, the stereotypical, like, what have you been playing? I was going to say, like,
You're
the
gonna
day's
say-
gone before they shut it down.
That would have been so good. That would have been so good.
I was too busy eating a sandwich.
Yeah. Do you want to take this away, Damarco?
The sandwich gave me more enjoyment than Days Gone. Or the day before, excuse me.
Yes,
But-
please,
Did
yeah.
you buy it? Did you buy it?
Damn.
No.
Please tell
God,
me you
no.
didn't buy
Okay.
it. Oh,
No,
fuck.
I stayed. I wasn't gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, I don't think this game needs to be explained. Everyone knows what it is at this point. But when you try to make a scam, people are gonna call you out on it. Surprise, surprise. And now when you support the scam, you get screwed. So they're completely shut down the game. All of their games before the day before, I don't know, but I've heard. I'm just going off what other people said was also garbage. Now they made more garbage, and now they said that they made $0. They made 0 didgeridoos from the production of the day before, and so they don't have really the means. We can't really give you your money back because we don't have it. Because we had to pay back our investors, but they're working with Steam to try to figure it out. To try to figure out how to give refunds to people, but that whole entire mess was a mess from a million miles away, and you just have to wonder how a studio, instead of talking just about the situation and focusing on the situation about the game, but how does a studio, it's pure Bologna, and this Bologna, how do they release such Bologna and expect that people will eat that Bologna like it's real Bologna and not cardboard Bologna? I don't get it. And they had to have known that they were releasing something that people would not accept. And they did it anyway.
Because gamers...
And what was the suspected outcome on their end? What did they think was going to happen? That
I don't
They didn't care. That's the thing. They didn't care.
Did they think enough people would play it and that it would just be a meme game? Is that what they were going for? That everyone would be like, oh, look at how goofy and look at all the silly bugs in it. Everyone go play it. Yeah, this man's head is getting 7,000 times the size of his body. Yeah, the game
They already
crashes
have.
and there's only 2 zombies, but look at the silly bugs.
Yeah.
We already have
Like, you
a
can't
scam
just
game.
jingle keys in front of players and expect that they're always going to eat it up. You're making a
Risk
game
it.
like you're making a game like Risk It. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you make a game
I'll eat it. What is it?
such as Untitled Goose Game or whatever it is, fine.
What were you saying, Assassin? They already have a scam game?
I was saying the gaming
game?
community. We already have a scam game, scam / meme
said
game.
Scam Citizen?
It's called it. No, it's called,
Oh.
or it was called, Abandoned.
Right, yeah, exactly. That game is gone.
Yeah,
done.
remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the Kojima / everything. Man, did you guys ever listen / watch / taste the interview with Colin Moriarty and the dev? Of that
Oh yeah,
game,
that was.
dev?
Yeah, he was so uncomfortable. Like he didn't even know why he agreed to the interview. Like, holy fuck.
He's like I can do this, and then that interview, because Colin Moriarty's like, so who's funding this? And he was like, well, I mean, we have a lot of people interested and invested in this, and not just financially. And he's like, that's not what I asked you. Like, he is like, ugh, getting in there. I'm not really a big fan of Colin Moriarty as far as you know. He's way too handsome, and I'm not okay with that.
That's
I'm
not
kidding.
true either.
I'm totally
Stop
kidding. But, hey, look, he's married. Someone likes him. Anyway, so did you? All right. Anyway, there's not too much to say about this, but this game has. I don't feel bad. Like, I know Colt Eastwood was saying, I don't want to make fun of these guys, and they knew exactly what the hell they were doing. They wanted a cash grab. They wanted to asset flip the shit out of this game and hype it up so hard that when it launched, boom, money. That's what they wanted, and people are not stupid. People are not stupid. They thought they were gonna make millions and millions day one, and people turned this thing on. They were like, "Are you stupid?
This is crap."
Yeah, like
I would say that 200,000 people are stupid enough to even bought it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, over the course of 5+ years, people have been picking it apart, and it's been and they're like, "Oh God, we might be in trouble." And they're like, "It's fine. It's still
Yeah, but did you know before the game came out, they took down a lot of the trailers just from everywhere because
they could stop comparing.
They had straight up lies about what the game was going. I mean, they had maybe 1 or 2 trailers remaining, both of which referred to it as an MMO. It's not an MMO. It's an extraction third-person shooter. There were just complete straight up lies about what the game was going to be versus what it released as, and they took all of that down before the release. They knew exactly what they had.
Exactly.
Which is a shame because it kind of looked like it could have been sort of an open world multiplayer Last of Us. Is what the concept was pitched as initially when those first trailers came out, and that would be cool. If they had enough time to keep working on the game, I genuinely wonder if they could have made what they originally teased.
No, no, I don't know, because their city, for example, I saw today that it actually came from a $300 Unreal Engine. Help me. What's the word for it? It's not a tech demo base, right? It's just like a city base that they bought for $300 and then they tweaked it, and which is fine for like indies, like indie devs, if you want to like take something and just have like a base, tear it down, and then add your spin on it. But they were just like, here's something that we created, and they didn't create anything. They just stole a bunch of shit. Every single piece of marketing was from something else, and it's like, it's okay to take inspiration. It was shot for shot. Call of Duty in the tunnels with the red lights. Remember that? The Division all over the place. The Life is Strange 2 gas station. They're like, no one's ever played that game. What the fuck are you talking about? It's the same fucking gas station from the game, and they thought nobody was gonna. It's so funny. It's so.
Didn't
funny.
they rip off The Last of Us 2 as well?
Yes, that was literally their title art was The Last of Us, with the degraded font or whatever. Same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about this. I don't know if this was like a cultural thing for them. Like they thought like, I don't even know what I mean by that. Like because their communication sucks, and I don't know like a lot of like they're Korean, right? And then a Korean studio. I don't know.
Don't think so.
Not anymore.
But like the community, not anymore, exactly. And they've also changed their name to back to 8-bit or 8 points or whatever the hell it is, because there was usually 8 of them originally, and now they've I don't know, it's terrible.
Well, they took the money and ran. They disbanded and were like,
they took all their money and
they were abandoned.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
See what I just did there? I didn't even mean to. Oh, that was actually an accident. Anyway.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, Donnie Cazado, what's up, man? Thank you for being here and flipping my ass at. They also tried Donnie says they also tried changing the dev association on their older titles. No shit. Oh, so they like changed it to like Fantastic didn't make this. I didn't know that.
Nice.
Let's see.
fantastic.
Fantastic. Monad is talking about how Wolverine is being leaked right now, and apparently it walks like God of War.
I saw it. I saw the leak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like over the shoulder, right bumper attack. That's how you attack, I guess. I could see that.
Well,
That's
if you
pretty
just
cool.
walk
No, the
around in
gameplay didn't
Spider-Man
leak.
2, doesn't it kind of also, it's just like generic third-person camera?
Yeah, like offset third-person camera. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
from what I saw, Damarco, I mean, the screenshot wasn't. It didn't show any combat, but it appears like out of combat. It does appear to be like those missions where you play as Peter, where the camera's like literally right behind his shoulder, or if you play God of War, it's like the camera's like right there. But
I mean,
I saw the costume that he's wearing,
I
and damn, it's
That
good.
could easily just be one of those moments, though.
It could be.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have a little more interaction when it comes to, because you're not gonna be jumping, leaping into the sky and stuff. So that combat's gonna be brutal, up close, visceral, like stabbing people through.
Yeah,
the
I'm not
mouth
gonna
kind of
encourage. I'd never encourage leaks, but at the same time, it's up to you if you want to go out and search for them and look at them. But all I'm gonna say is like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't mean to look at the leaks, but
Sometimes they don't mean to. They just appear on my screen, and my eyeballs are looking at them.
You're like, oops.
Sometimes my fingers just accidentally type Wolverine leaks into the... I don't know how.
Yeah, it's like Wolverine got leaked, and you're like, how? Why? Like, I don't care.
or maybe they just show it on Twitter, but without me looking it up. And
I
Marco,
love how Lex is small.
No, that never happens. I don't know what you're talking about.
it happens
So-
to me.
Can you tell by the screenshot? Is he classic 5'3" or is he new 6'3"? Wolverine.
From what I can tell, he's definitely not 4'9", 4'10" like he is in the comics. He's definitely taller than that.
Okay, I figured they would make like a 6 foot tall Wolverine nowadays. Like Batman doesn't have a gun anymore and he's not blue, so times change.
Appearances
PlayStation
change.
titles though didn't the God of War DLC came out today?
Yeah,
Yes,
has
it
anyone
did.
played that,
Yeah.
Assassin?
I haven't hopped into it.
I
but-
have not. No,
Oh, okay. It's
I have
free,
other
though.
games on my plate. Do you want me to play Dragon's Dogma or not?
I want you to play Mass Effect. That's all anyone wants you to play is Mass Effect.
Really? I have not heard Damarco and Holly tell me to play Mass Effect. I think it's just you and Colt.
Play Mass Effect.
No, you should definitely
Mass
play
Effect.
Mass Effect.
There you go. Clip it.
Why did I say that?
And
I should have known they would have told
Found
me.
it right there. You think?
And
I
go
did it?
watch Blade.
And
Go
go
watch
watch
Blade.
Blade. Yeah, get
It's
cultured.
the only
Can't do
time
both.
I've ever bought a collector's edition. Really, was two. I have the Arkham Origins, and I have Mass Effect. Those are the only two collector's things.
Wait,
I
hold
got.
on.
Of course, I'm gonna tell you to
Arkham
buy
Origins had a
Mass
collector's
Effect.
edition?
What?
Arkham Origins had a collector's edition? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they
all did.
Which actually,
What?
if I plug it in, it lights up all those screens, those TV screens light up. That's hard to see, but.
Can you get?
And then it came
Can you-
with where is it? There it is.
I need to see
right
it.
there. Right
Oh.
there.
What the heck?
I don't know what I'm
didn't
looking
know
at, but I
that.
really,
Wow.
really like it. Bunch of blocks.
And if I also still have, it was actually a really cool one. It came with, I think, a art book. It came with like, because you know about how Arkham Origins was all about the contracts on the bounty hunters going after Batman. So it has kind of the dossiers on all the assassins in the game. You kind of get like this GCPD file of all the assassons that are coming.
Yeah, one night to kill the bat. Yeah, I remember that campaign.
Yeah, well, that's a separate poster. Like, there's plenty of stuff in there. That was a pretty cool one. But yeah,
Nice. All right, cool.
anyway, play Mass Effect.
Yeah, Grey Mountain says play Mass Effect.
Play Mass what?
So, was I supposed to count DeMarco's facial hair follow? You should have. Yeah. But yes, I can count. 1. No. So anyway, what else is going on? We don't really have a whole lot. I think Holly might be refreshing something, but that's okay.
Oh, I want to bring it back to the Game Awards just for a bit, but I want to know what's 1 or 2 games that you guys actually thought was pretty good.
I actually did want to. We don't, like I said,
That is not Blade.
We don't have much time, but I do want to say Light No Fire lit my fire, baby. I'll be making a video on that sometime soon, whenever I get time, because it's Christmas. But Light No Fire was my biggest. Light No Fire was the biggest one for me. Like that one, even over Blade, I was like, holy shit. And I even said it live, Assassin. You remember? I was like, I can't believe they're doing this, because I have said for so long I would love to see Hello Games do a medieval. Like, I can't even imagine what that would look like. Do like a medieval like version of No Man's Sky, and they're like, we're gonna do it. Here it is, and it's gonna be set on one planet. They're taking their procedural generation tech that they've made so very well. Instead of pushing it outwards, they're pulling it inwards and focusing on one whole planet. And essentially the planet, I'm assuming, will work like one massive server. So players are, whenever they're playing, they will always be somewhere on that one planet, and things that happen on the planet are, what's the word? Item permanence. So player permanent. So like you would have like things that stay, and they're there because players put them there over the years of the game being active. So
You mean like Rust? Fire. You know how they like how they make bases in Rust, and other players can come in and mess with it.
And then you
like
stumble upon it like months later, and you're like, "What happened here?" And it's like a dilapidated base that probably hasn't been touched in like months or something. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So Light No Fire. Yeah, that was mine.
All I gotta say to that, Red, is I hope when you buy it, it's a complete package, and Sean Murray doesn't go like, haha, tricked you again, and goes back to his bunker to fix on it for a second time.
I understand what you're saying.
On the bright side, at least if he does, you know he's gonna fix it.
Right, and then some. That's the thing, man.
That's not the correct way to look at it. He should learn from his.
But it is a way to look at it.
But at the very least, if it does come out and it's like, what I think he should actually do, get this, could you imagine? What I think he should do is he should release a version that's just completely broken and terrible, and then just be like, nah, just kidding, here's the actual one, and release it the next day, and it's like the full, everything's fleshed out and well designed.
That would be, I would love that.
Like, put out the alpha version on the release date, and then everyone's like, Jesus Christ, and then just immediately have a press statement ready saying, nah, we're just kidding, it's coming out tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Risk it. Be safe when you're texting and driving, young man. Andrew Colleen says, I hope it's not too MMO like PvP crap. No, it's PvE focused from what we saw. It's that four player co-op open world survival build.
No, but there's other players though.
That's what I said. 4 player.
No, but like there's.
But there's other. I get you. Yeah.
It has
Right.
So it's PvE VP.
PvEVP, and well, I mean, I'm sure that you're not. They are not the type of people to force people into PvP. That's not. So no, Andrew, it's not going to be an MMO. Thousands of people running around shooting each other and being stupid. I do not see Hello Games doing that. Jonah says, "See that mountain? You can go there, and it's to scale."
Don't do
You see that moon? You can eat it.
Don't
That was Colt Eastwood.
don't do that.
I'm curious.
You may hate
how is
it.
it going to? How is it going
Yeah,
to
but
work if it's all on one planet? If it's all on one planet, and everyone, you, me, Holly, Assassin, we could all go on that planet, and we build on 4 separate corners, and then you multiply that by 1 million people. Well, not 1 million, but let's just say 500,000 people, and they all build on the planet. Do I see all of their stuff and the planet just slowly grows and grows and grows with build, and it just saves? There is one single instance of the planet.
That's sort of what they were talking. That's sort of what they hinted at.
Servers, and every time you load in, you'll see like, oh well, a player built over there. Then the next time you load in, that player isn't there because you're in a different server.
That's
like
sort of
Fallout
what they hinted
76. That's
kind of,
kind of how I picture it.
Oh, Holly. Okay, Holly,
Because
you
that
mean
can get
like
really
it's the same
obnoxious, I'm just
world?
saying.
It's the same world, but
It's
like
the
in different
same
instances.
map. Yeah.
Okay, that might be more feasible than my insane Sean Murray-esque idea of you can go anywhere.
Like there's
do
like
whatever you
24
want.
people on a server. It's the same map, but depending on the instance when you're loading in or what server you load into,
It has to be different servers, right? Because
Mhm.
otherwise, if you're it has to be, because if you're playing and it's just always
Well, everybody would
always
build
people
on
just
top
keep
of each
building
other,
and building
too.
and building. If someone
At,
comes
like-
into that game 10 years later,
Yeah. Even in Fallout 76, right? There's only 24 people on each server. And I can't tell you how many times I load in and it's like, we can't load your camp because somebody else is already there. Like, so you know what I mean? Because you find a good spot, you find prime real estate. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to want to
other
build
people
there.
found it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonah says, have you guys seen anything from PAX D? PAX D. PAX D.
Next day?
Die.
Oh, I know about that.
Oh.
It's a
Aspen
realistic
Gold was
MMO. Yeah, didn't he like it a lot? Or was it another
think
one that he
so.
said?
Jonas
Yeah,
Asman played several hours of it. You could go check out what he thought.
What is it?
Yeah,
Is
a
it
lot
like
of the big
first-person
content
only?
creators. No, it's a third-person MMORPG. Like, apparently it's like hyper-realistic, out the ass.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, originally it was leaked that it was probably going to be an exclusive to Xbox, but we don't know about the state of that exclusivity deal, if there even is one.
Okay.
No, I don't know anything about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Lexi, I love Asman Gold. He's hilarious.
REPE3.
funny.
I saw that today. Well, why are people saying REPE3? Is it just
E3.
So
done? Is it dead?
Rip E3.
E3
Yeah, it's dead.
is officially permanently canceled.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
No more.
Okay, good.
Damn.
Jonas,
What about you, Holly?
I saw it this morning. Like I said, like we were talking about earlier, right? Like Keeley's got Summer Games Fest at the same time that E3 was. He's basically like kicked through the door and taken that spot.
Wait, we're still talking about E3? What? Huh?
Yeah, E3. It
Oh.
was the same time. It was the same time, right? And like when COVID hit and there was no E3, Keeley was doing a Summer Games Fest to like bridge the gap, right? And Xbox started doing Fan Fest at the same time, and now that's just kind of like
Yeah, it was.
other E3.
I know what's going on, but did you and Damarco go? With the question
Oh,
I
I've never
asked?
been. Oh, I've never been.
What's
Okay.
going
Well,
on?
forever.
I didn't ask about E3. I asked what one game did y'all like from the Game Awards? Like what?
Oh, I
What
thought we were
happened to
still
that?
on E3.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Come on, man.
like we never.
You're the
we
only
never
one that
finished that. What the
Welcome to the
hell?
Renegade Realm.
That's why I asked. Did you guys go? And I just blanked out.
Oh, Lexi says, I
DeMarco,
miss
what the
Mitch.
fuck?
You need to text him. I gave you his number.
Yeah, Damarco, tell us your one game that you liked from the Game Awards, even though you said you didn't like it.
What do you mean I didn't like it? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you said you hated it in
You
front
were
of
like,
everyone.
there isn't enough gameplay. Everything was just
What's going on with you,
concepts.
assassin? You're all over the place
I didn't
right
hate
now.
the game. I did not hate the. All right, listen here. I did not hate the game.
Defend
I didn't hate the
yourself
Game
on God.
I did not hate the Game Awards at all. I thought the pacing was not so great. I thought the awards part was not so great, but I actually really was enthusiastic. And I have said multiple times, good sir, multiple times, my dear assassin, that I actually do not mind CGI and concept trailers as much as many other people.
Who is Damarco?
All right, then tell me one game that you liked. One game besides
really
Blade that you can't wait to see him play.
The Jurassic Park survival game, but I also really appreciated
Hell yeah.
the Tales of Kenzura, the one that kind of looked like Prince of Persia, but with more magic in it.
You mean the one that Holly liked better than Prince of Persia?
I think I liked it better than Prince of Persia too, but yeah.
Fair enough.
But I would say
Ironic.
definitively, if I had to pick one, Jurassic Park Survival, if that turns out, the only thing that could have made Jurassic Park Survival more exciting for me was if they just smacked Creative Assembly's logo on it and said, yes, this is a Creative Assembly game. Not that I have anything against, what's the studio that's
Saber.
making it?
Saber
Oh dear
Interactive.
God, I can't remember. Not that I have anything against the studio that is making it, but just if Creative Assembly, I thought that Alien Isolation, it's such a shame that they'll never, Creative Assembly will probably never be able to make another game in that style, because, you know, we talked literally just before about how studios trying to branch out and do different things. Creative Assembly known for doing the Total War series, I believe it is. They're doing RTSs. And now they suddenly do this horror first-person survival game that was absolutely stellar, and the environments were incredible, and the tension was 10 out of 10 for atmosphere. But anyway, Jurassic Park Survival, if that captures the same spirit, but now you're lost in Jurassic Park, I mean, doesn't really get cooler than being chased by a bunch of freaking dinosaurs around for your life in a horror setting. That's just sick to me. You don't even have to be a fan of Jurassic Park, just the pure terror of actually being chased down by a T-Rex through this giant park. Just the concept alone.
I'm really excited about
alone
it.
in a field, and you look over the hills, and you see a flock of velociraptors.
And Mia
They look at
Khalifa.
you.
Listen,
You
I
look
just
at them.
imagine the situation where you're running from a pack of velociraptors, and then you see, or like a I don't know, just a freaking stegosaurus is chasing after you, and then you're running away, your character's like, yeah, and then you just see a pterodactyl swoop in from the sky and grab you, you're just like, shit! As you're running away from, you know, and then suddenly as you get picked off by the pterodactyl, the T-Rex just comes in, just side swipes it with its tail. Obviously they have tiny stubby arms, so just smacks it with its tail, knocking that out of the air. It's, you know, there's just,
What if
I know
there,
that's
what if there's a
happen, but-
sequence? What if there's a sequence where you're running from velociraptors, you get into a car, you start driving, and you look back and you think, "Oh, I'm gonna be fine," and then a fucking T-Rex just comes right onto the road and just knocks you
That's
right off the
exactly
path.
what I'm hoping for. That is exactly the type of gameplay that I would love to see in Jurassic Park Survival. I don't know why I started talking like that.
Who is that? Who's that character?
I
Who
don't
the
know.
heck is that?
I have no
Sam
idea.
Coe?
Welcome
started
back,
joking.
kids.
Welcome back to the Renegade podcast. So,
What you playing? That was, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that clip. God, it's so funny.
All right, so
Brock
Damarco,
Baker.
you're excited for Jurassic Park Survival.
also, I
Red
have to
is
say no
excited
rest for the
for
Wicked.
Sean Murray's next scam.
No rest for the Wicked as
Rest for
well.
the Wicked.
I'm excited for the Ori and the Blind Forest team to be doing this kind of fantasy RPG in the style that they were doing. Looked really cool.
I don't know. I mean, like, the game looks good, but I just don't like Moon Studios channeling or fueling console wars like they were recently.
I don't have the time nor the crayons to explain why that opinion's wrong, but Moon Studios is great, and and Ori was a fantastic game.
He has no idea what I'm talking about. All right, Holly, you go
right.
next.
Well, No Rest for the Wicked is really interesting to me. And then the other goofy game that was during the pre-show, which we miss, is this little indie called Pony Island 2, which is like a walking meme, right?
Oh my
Because
god.
of the place that we live right now.
That's Colt
right?
Eastwood's favorite game. He lives it every day on Twitter.
I'm not.
It looks like I went back and I started the Game Awards stuff, and I was like, what is this? What is this? And I like indies a lot, so
Yeah.
I like. It was just the craziest, weirdest, like 2D, like puzzle, psycho, survival horror-y kind of like, but with stick figure things and random like video shoved in, and I was like, yes, like I don't know, but yes, right? So I looked on Steam, and Pony Island 1 is 74 cents right now, and I was like, I can afford that. Let's do that. I'm buying that.
I can afford that. I can do this. Yeah.
Is that
I bought it.
Risk it. You said exactly what I was. You got Risk it. Completely understood my joke. Pony Island, Twitter. Pony Island is Twitter. Thank you. I'm so.
IGN
sorry.
is moving their office to
I'm
Pony
sorry.
Island.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm just so glad that Risk it completely understood that I was saying that Pony Island is Twitter. Go ahead. Sorry.
Holly, have you played Inscription?
No, but I think it's the same.
It is, yeah. That's why I'm at.
People.
It's actually the like Pony Island and Inscription and Pony Island 2 are all like related to one another.
Are they? Okay, so I started Pony Island today. I played like half an hour, and I was like, what is going on?
They all have nods to one another. Definitely, Inscription. If you like indie games, Inscription is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
It is really, really good.
I'll pick that up too, because this one is already like cracking me up, and I'm like, there's no instructions. It's really weird. It's like there's just code on the screen, and you're like, wait, what?
Okay.
Like, how do I get out of this, right? And then you start clicking around, and then you're like, oh, this is the game, right? Like it was a good time. The first, like the half hour or whatever I played today, I'm gonna keep going at it, and it totally seems like my jam. It kind of reminds me of Undertale a little bit, just in the art style and some of the stuff, right, with that. And the first part of the game for Pony Island 1 is it's a pony, a 2D pony, and there's clouds, and your mouse moves his head around, and the world starts moving, and there's like ballast, and you have to jump over them, kind of like a Mario thing, right? Like, so he's jumping over, and then there's a flag at the end, and the higher you jump on the flag, the more points you get, and then it rolls up, and it's like, you're amazing, this is genius, you're the best at this ever, and there's all these like numbers flying all across the screen, and it's like, anyway. So Pony Island 2 looked pretty fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, Assassin, you're the last man standing.
I know a lot of us criticize this segment of the show, but as a fan of horror games, I'm really excited for OD. What Kojima and Jordan Peele are gonna make together. Like, if there was a genre that could describe me as a person, it's definitely the horror genre. I don't know why. I just like the feeling of being scared, or just
I thought you were
feeling
gonna say, if
fear.
something describes me more than OD, that's me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but
A lot of
OD
drugs.
definitely should. And yeah, nice. OD was definitely one of the main highlights. If I could pick another one, I would say it's not really one game. It's the collection of games, the new games coming from Sega, where they're bringing back Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe. Like, those are games during the Sega Dreamcast era, I think, where like it encapsulated Sega's like golden days. So those are games that I actually really want to try, especially Jet Set Radio. I really like the art style of it. I like what it's offering. Yeah, those were the two main highlights of my Game Awards experience.
Assassin, did you see the stuff today about the Silent Hill references in the OD?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
I heard about it. I didn't see it. So what were they? Because I'm a huge Silent Hill man.
It's deep. I just watched Destin. Destin just did a video about Xbox at the Game Awards, and he went in kind of like in depth and was like, if you see there's some tweets with people like with pictures of faces and then like a circle somewhere and then like zoomed in and stuff, there's little letters. Like in one of them, the guy's mouth is slightly open and there's like an A inside it, and they found some letters somewhere else and it spells out something that means Silent Hill, basically.
Okay.
So they think it's like it might be some sort of undercover Silent Hill style game or something like that.
If OD is basically what
hell.
PT should have been,
Yes.
if OD is what PT should have been, then this game is going to be definitely an experience.
I mean,
A lot of
this
people were
game
upset
doesn't-
when PT was canceled.
I will say this game says nothing to me about Silent Hill. So I think people might just be taking something away. Silent Hill isn't meta, and it certainly isn't like high tech in any way. It's always like an intimate story about a character.
PT.
Sorry, Genesis group distracted me with PT. Assassin is a true horror. Yes. Sorry, that totally distracted me. But Silent Hill is really about like characters coming to Silent Hill and sort of getting lost in their own trauma. So nothing about the people screaming in a camera said Silent Hill to me, even if there is something in there that seems to tie to Silent Hill. I think it's just him saying, let's just mess with people. He always does that. Like, I don't know. I'm interested to see what it is. I know there's a lot of talk about like AI and how AI is going to play a big part, and that's why the cloud is important, to sort of give a different experience for. And a lot of people are saying that what we saw, that video, wasn't even actually a video. It was actually Unreal Engine rendered it.
It's supposed to be more cinematic, right?
Right, because they made such a, which got me worried. I mean, not like it's going to be bad, but just that they had to emphasize this is a video game, and they said it like just like that, and I was like, okay, we're at the game. Like, well, you don't have to convince me. Like, now you got me thinking it's not a video game because it's gonna have like a lot of cinematic stuff in it, and so we'll see where that one goes. I'm interested. I love Hideo Kojima. I'm a big Metal Gear fan and all that, and I just don't know about this Silent Hill stuff. I just don't think that's gonna. That's a whole licensing thing and a whole nightmare that it's done. It's done. Silent Hill's done. We're not going to get a Kojima Silent Hill game. We're not going to get a good Silent Hill game either. We'll just have to see if the remake is anything to live up to the standards, because Silent Hill 2 was great.
I don't know. How much faith do you have in
great.
Bloober Team?
I don't. We'll see. I mean, because a lot of these teams, I don't think I do. It's too much, but I hope that it's great. I just don't know. I know enough about how people felt about Medium. The scariest game I played, Grounded. I've heard that it's terrifying, especially if you don't like spiders.
That brood mother.
And the brood mother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
It's just an insect. Get over it.
Is it?
I would hope so. Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're talking about. But hey, so anyway, my glasses like they like to slide, and they'll get right here by the end of the day. So I'm walking around the office like this, like Goofy. Anyway, so anyway, anything else we got going on in the world? We're about out of time, so I'm sorry. And Risket's got to jump in here. We got to do things to him. With him. Katana Gazada is the best mod ever. Who wears sunglasses indoors? That's true. Did you guys remember that comment I got? The guy said on one of my videos was like, dude, come on. I can't take you seriously. You're wearing your hat and sunglasses indoors. Come on, man. And I was like, where are you from? Anyway, they don't have hats or sunglasses where he lives, but it's hard. It's hard. Oh my God, Timmy. Okay. Anyway, so anyway, I think that's pretty much it. We don't have time for fun facts or anything like that. Holly, or what are you gonna be doing? Are you taking a break from Call of Duty?
I wish I could say yes. Like,
No.
like nothing about me wants to play that right now, but everything about me also wants to just play Call of Duty. It's a weird dynamic. Since I am gonna have all these days off coming up, I am going to finish Alan Wake 2 before the end of the year. That's my commitment to myself, because I want to knock that off the list.
Nice.
So I'll be playing that. And then I bought Dredge this week, so it was on sale. So I'm gonna I'd really like to try to get back into Dredge, but honestly, before the games start ramping up next year again, I do want to do like a full playthrough of Cyberpunk now that everything is in there. Everything's in there. The Metro's in there. Phantom Liberty. Like, this is supposed to be it, right? This is it. So
Yep.
that's what
That's why it's the best time to jump in, because it's done. It's it. That's it. This is it. They've said this is it. We're moving on. We have lots of stuff to work on.
And
Play
it
the
was
game
great the first playthrough. So now it's
Yes.
just gonna be that much cooler.
And you've
Yep.
forgotten enough, I'm sure, that you can have a great second experience.
It's been 3
And,
years. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. And that, I'm telling you, the 3 years is that sweet. Like that's why I love waiting longer to that's why I never do New Game Plus with anything. The closest I ever came actually was Dead Space Remake, which is odd. I just loved it so much. I did not want it to end. I was like 33 hours into it or whatever, and I did not want it to end, but I still didn't, because it was fresh in my mind. So I knew that if I were to jump back in immediately, all the surprises and
It's
everything
not
is
the
just
same.
it's just not the same. So like I can't play The Witcher back to back. It's the same thing. Like, I remember this quest. I want to go back and play a quest and be like, I don't remember this, and then get like halfway through to like a big moment and be like, oh shit, I remember, this is crazy, I remember this, and then you still have that reaction in some way, a little bit different, but that's awesome.
You don't want to rescue me pan from the shack again.
Right, fascinating story. Wasn't that the same? That's where that comes from, right? Is that quest when he's talking to her about how that's where that comes from? Yeah.
When I was out there washing.
Fascinating story.
Pan.
Any chance you're nearing the end?
That's literally where that comes from when he's talking to her, and you can be like, I don't care. So, oh my God, that's great. So Cyberpunk for you, that's fantastic. Damarco, are you going to be getting into anything? Is works changing now that you can?
Look, I really wanna hop into Frontiers and Pandora. I just see like the visuals on that game alone, and I'm just like, let me.
Fascinating story.
Thank you.
Any chance you're nearing the end?
So anyway, me pan is in the house. He borrowed it for not a day.
Me blue pan.
And I really want to get into Frontiers of Pandora, but it's just, dude, it's hard. I had a brief exchange with Light on Twitter where I was just saying, like, I went to go buy the game, dude, it's $85 after tax, and I go, can't do that more than, a couple times a year. Like, it's just insane. So what I'm actually right now, I'm working through Jusan, which early impression so far is it's good. It doesn't have that huge so far. It hasn't had the huge kind of, with a lot of those types of Zen indie games, something like a Journey, something like a Abzu, or what I just played at Planet of Lana. They always kind of have this grand moment where you just sit back and you're like, man, I freaking love video games. Like, this is why I love games. Like, they always kind of have that moment. I haven't hit that yet, so if it does get there, I think it'll like really elevate it. If not, then it'll kind of just stay as like a good game that I'm really enjoying my time with. But it just needs to hit where the music and the visuals and what you're doing all just syncs up beautifully. I'm waiting for that to come through, and if it doesn't, still pretty fun. But I'm playing through that, and then I'll be working on a review of it, hopefully to get on the channel.
Okay. I'm trying to fist bump Umbra in the politically correct way. There we go. I think that's right. Okay. That sounds good, man. Yeah. Yeah, some chill games. Some chill games. We didn't even talk about Baldur's Gate 3. Speak of the devil, look who just jumped into the chat. That's for you, Bushido. That's Bushido. Anyway, what's up, bro? What the hell was I gonna say? I got distracted because Bushido never shows up anymore. Baldur's Gate 3 deleting saves on Xbox. So people are going 30, 40 hours in and playing all throughout the week and just coming back and their save is gone. So just to... That's our song, Cole says. Oh my god, a bird. Yeah, so anyone who wants to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox right now, I would highly recommend to buy it. Don't play it yet. Buy it though because it's amazing, and but don't play it because it will delete your save, and you're gonna think that won't happen to me. It will happen to you, and I'll watch it and record it and share your reaction online. Umber says Bushido would show up at the dead ass end of the heart is blocked. Oh, show up dead at the end to fiend support. Yeah, that's just Bushido, right? He's just sitting there like, let me just show up at the end of everyone's. God. Yadani, yes, please. They need to add Rock Band to Fortnite, but every song from Nickelback and Creed. Oh, I would love that. I would love that so much. Oh my God. Yeah. Bushido, you're so obvi. That's what they say in California. You're so obvi. Is that still a thing? I don't know. I've never been there. Assassin, are you gonna be? You're gonna be wrapping up Liza P, or are you gonna be juggling some two big uns? You know, well, You're gonna be juggling like Liza P being a big one, and juggling another big one like Mass Effect. You gonna do that?
Definitely gonna finish Liza P, but I'm definitely gonna up straight into Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for you to play Mass Effect. That's awesome.
He's not going to play Mass Effect now just because we told him he should. He's like, no.
I mean, we're shoving
I'd have
it
to
down his
re-download it. I'd have to re-download the Legendary Edition, but I was told that if I re-downloaded Division... Yeah. Did you want me to play Starfield or not? It was either Starfield or Mass Effect.
That's fair.
Mass Effect.
I should go.
Exactly. But I was told that we would play Division more.
I am down. You gotta talk to
I'm trying to talk to Red here, but he says no. He said no.
He said no. No,
He said no.
I would actually love to do that, since you guys apparently started over, and so we can actually play together now.
I did. I don't know about Holly. She said she had to re-buy it or something. I don't know.
No, I just have it on disc. You know how much I love disc. So, Assassin found it for me for $9 the other day.
Oh,
So
that's what that was about. I was like, how? Okay.
Yeah, she asked me to look at it.
I just said if you
there was
see
a
it
deal.
for like $10 or less for the base game, let me know, because obviously the DLC is already digital. Shut up. I don't want the disc anymore.
I love what's happening with Bushido and the Assassin.
And of course,
finished The
DeMarco
Witcher?
would be dropped dead. DeMarco wouldn't be caught dead playing a Ubisoft game. Which, to be fair, I don't blame
He's
him
gonna play
for.
Pandora.
No, he's only playing it because it's Avatar, not because it's Ubisoft.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
No, listen, Assassin, you and I
You would think after a year I'd know this guy.
conversation, and I said, I done diddly done said that Prince of Persia done diddly looks good.
My man. He's...
So
I'm
not
starting to like
against,
DeMarco
I'm
a
not
lot more.
against Ubisoft games, and I want Ubisoft games to be good, and I'm looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws after seeing the reviews for Frontiers of
That's because
Pandora.
it's massive. That's because it's massive. Who makes the
It's
division?
massive.
That thing is
Listen-
massively huge.
Massive Entertainment is literally the only studio under Ubisoft that is actually worth a damn,
Good.
in my opinion.
The ones that do the Mario Rabbids games are really good too. I don't remember which team does that. Those games are the awesomeness. Don't at me. They're awesome. Go just play them.
I love what's happening in chat, and Jonas just keeps going. Jonas and Udana keep going pause because in between each of these, Udani or Bushido and Infinite going at each other. Pause. Risk it must owe me money because he's been dogging me for a minute. Pause. Oh, he's so quick. Oh my god, that's what she said. God, I love you guys. Seriously, the support is everything. This is why we do this, because we feel a sense of family. And speaking of family, Arc 2 got canceled. It's not coming back. That's a fact. So
What?
Anyway.
Where's the announcement for that?
listen, just trust me. Come back to this video and I'll tell you when the source comes out. It's canceled. But hey, you can go play Ark Survival Ascended, and it's on Xbox right now. And there we go. Now he's taking my credit. He says, "I want to understand what started the beef. I need lore." I actually want to know too.
I remember Bushido Number actually telling me it, but I don't remember. I don't remember who started it.
You know who this Bushido guy is? Oh, bro. Oh, my God. I actually remember the first time that I met Bushido. And him and Umber were going at it, like, going hard at it. And I was like, damn, what's this drama about? And they're like, oh, it's Bushido. He's just disagreeing with Umber. And I was like, oh, this is legit, like, over a year ago. And I was
Oh,
like,
wait,
"Little
I
baby."
kind of remember. I think it was based on the fact that someone pointed out that they both sounded alike. But then Bushido and Number both got upset about that, and they were like, no, I'm better than this guy. And he's like, what?
No, I think it
Umber.
has something to do with Naruto or
something
something
like
like that. I don't know.
What the fuck is Naruto?
Constant passive aggressiveness hate from Mr. Bushido. That's how it started.
I love this.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if the rivalry between Umbra and Bushido started because of Risk It. Or Peter. And then they
Shots
just
fired.
mail it out to them.
All right,
I mean, I can
I'm
see
gonna
it.
be the Damarco of tonight. Let's wrap it up.
Oh no, you're gonna be the Game Awards.
No,
tonight.
you're gonna be the Jeff Keighley. of
Damarco's
tonight.
always like, "This is off the rails. We have to end." You
Well,
have to
that's
stop."
the thing. It
It's
used to be
usually
like
you and
that.
me doing this.
That's true. I mean,
Well, that's
it
because
used
he's
to
hungry
feel
for
that
another
way.
sandwich.
Whoa,
We've been playing.
just risk it.
Playing the community. I feel like you did that on purpose, sir.
Oh man, that was an accident. Risk it. We're gonna have to get you in here afterwards so we can help you out with your thing. Anyway,
They're the same person.
Asperson, where can people find you, man?
You know what? I actually completely forgot about that.
Did you
Alright,
notice the
thanks. You know
Xbox
what?
era even said, "I want to call you ass"?
Yes, I did. John actually said.
And I was like, yes. Oh, it made me so happy because of the ass for.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
like, why did I become
yeah.
a Patreon? I want my money back. Sorry, go ahead.
That's actually what I said.
That's funny. I love that.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter in the description down below if you guys want to go over there and follow me. I have some pretty good but also very bad takes. But yeah. There you go. Red, what are you...
Chapstick. It's really cold and dry here, so I gotta have lotion on my hands, chapstick on my mouth. I gotta stay all moist. I had to say it. I'm sorry. Damarco, what are you gonna be? Who are you? Where are you? Where can people find you?
I am Damarco, Damarco, not Demarco.
Yes.
Much to controversial opinion.
Yeah, too much to high debate.
Who would do that? That's just disgusting. Why would anybody
Colt
make
just did
that
it,
up?
actually. I was talking
Yeah,
about
That sounds
him.
like Colt.
Yeah. Dramarco, says.
Dramarco.
God.
Don't
Joe
There you
Marco.
go. Colt's got it right. Colt's got it right.
Cole says Damarco.
Damarco.
Damarco. Damarco.
Duh, Marco.
Dork Marco.
Yeah, check
oh
out.
my god, that was
Check
a-
out. Wrap it
Wrap
up.
it up.
Check me out in the links below. Damarco Dude on Twitter and YouTube.
There you go, and that link is in the description below. Holly, where are you? When?
On Twitter and Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central for now. The Infinite Podcast YouTube with Riskit and Umbra with his smooth voice, not rusty voice, I guess we're saying. And
whatever he says. Yeah.
I prefer the term sleek, but you do you.
and that blue number
Yeah.
everywhere. And
There
thanks,
you go.
Cole.
It's above her head. Holly's
said-
backdrop is cool. I know. I was like, she's slowly evolving into the neon. Like we're almost matching. Hey Colt, can you tell Assassin what he needs to do now?
No.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Y'all need to let this camera shit go. Like,
It's
you
not.
guys.
It's never going away.
God,
What do you mean,
now
you
Cole,
people?
like, let
What
it
do you
go.
mean, you people?
Let it go.
Let it go. But no, it's not going away. But anyway, and you can find me at Red Wolf Renegade on YouTube, Twitter, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. And I'll be doing some stuff. I'm gonna stop saying that I'm doing stuff because I am gonna do stuff with the channel. Just things happen, man. You know what I mean? Jonas, we want to see that ass behind the sin.
Jonas, I'm gonna say this nicely.
Oh,
Shut the fuck
God.
up.
Oh, I love this.
No,
We
you
wanna
don't.
See, Asherson needs a cam stat. Yeah, everyone wants you to get a damn camera, man. And I look, Chad. I've told him all he'd have to do is even just get like with
I'll send
his.
you this.
Look, there
Yeah,
you go.
there you go.
It's a 4K Logitech Brio.
Look at
There
that.
you go.
Your favorite kind of cheese,
Nice.
Brio cheese. Look, and you can even wear like a mask, like your mask, and just put your mic up underneath of it, like right here, and just talk with your face covered. We just want you on camera. We just
There
want
you
a
go.
human being, you know.
Be the dead mouse of our podcast.
That's
But I
exactly
am a
what
human being.
That's exactly what I picked. No, Assassin, do you know what she's referring to? Like dead mouse with the
No.
mask.
No.
It's legit.
No,
my
end the
God.
show and you all can tell me about it.
No.
End the
No.
show so you can tell me
No,
about
we're
it.
gonna keep going. Chat, tell Assassin he needs to get a mask, a dead mouse-esque mask with his icon on it, which he had, by the way, and he broke it. He slammed it up against the ground because he got mad at Liza P. And that's what he gets. That's what he gets.
Actually, it was Elden Ring, not Liza P. It was actually Elden Ring.
What were you wearing your mask for playing a game? It's fine. You just grabbed the thing that was closest to you.
Because I was streaming it a while back. I was actually on camera back in the day with my mask on, and you guys will never see it because I didn't save it to send or to save.
You lost to the boss in Elden Ring. You reach for your Sailor Moon pillow, and it was your mask. And you're like, "That's not Sailor Moon. I'll smash anyway."
Yeah, no.
All right. Anyway, that's it for the Renegade Run podcast. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.